All around us a secret world unfolds, a world of colour, song and incredible journeys. Every day as the sun rises, millions of birds awaken, filling forests, cities and coastlines with their calls. Their presence is so constant, so familiar, that we often overlook the astonishing complexity of their lives. This is the world of birds, a world that is as diverse as it is mysterious. With over 10,000 known species, birds are found on every continent, in every imaginable habitat, from the highest mountains to the deepest forests, and even in the heart of bustling cities. From Antarctica's ice to Africa's deserts, birds have conquered nearly every environment. Some thrive in the freezing cold, like emperor penguins huddling together for warmth, while others, such as sand grouse, survive in scorching deserts by flying miles for a single drink of water. Each bird, from the tiny hummingbird, whose heart beats over 1,000 times per minute, to the mighty albatross, which can glide for hours without rest, faces daily dramas of survival. They must find food, raise their young and outsmart rivals and predators at every turn. Their lives are filled with challenges and moments of breathtaking beauty. The sight of a flock in perfect formation, or the sound of a dawn chorus, is a reminder of the wonder that birds bring to our world. To truly understand them, we must look closer at their intricate dances, their clever tricks, and their fierce battles for territory. Some birds perform elaborate courtship rituals, while others use tools to solve problems or gather food. Birds are intelligent, resourceful, and full of surprises, with strategies honed over millions of years of evolution. Crows can solve complex puzzles, parrots use sticks to extract insects, and weaver birds create nests so intricate they rival human architecture. In this exploration, we'll journey across continents to witness their hidden lives. Some birds travel thousands of miles each year, navigating by the stars, the sun, and even the Earth's magnetic field, a feat that still baffles scientists. We'll meet birds that form gangs to steal food, using teamwork and cunning to outwit both animals and humans. Others build elaborate structures to impress a mate, like the bowerbird, which decorates its bower with colourful treasures to win a partner's favour. And some endure the harshest weather imaginable, surviving blizzards, monsoons and hurricanes with remarkable resilience. Their stories remind us of the resilience and ingenuity of life on Earth. Birds adapt to changing environments, recover from injuries, and find new ways to survive in a rapidly shifting world. So let's open our eyes and ears to the marvels all around us, the flutter of wings, the distant call, the migrating flock overhead. Every movement, every song is a clue to the secret lives unfolding just beyond our sight. By understanding their world, we can better appreciate the vital role they play in keeping our planet vibrant. Birds pollinate flowers, control pests, disperse seeds, and help shape the very landscapes we depend on. Join us as we embark on a journey into the secret lives of birds, a journey that will reveal not only their hidden wonders, but also the deep connections that bind all life on Earth. On the remote, windswept Falkland Islands, where the land meets the wild South Atlantic, lives one of the world's most enigmatic raptors, the Striated Caracara. Known locally as the Johnny Rook, this rare bird of prey is instantly recognizable by its dark plumage, striking orange facial skin and piercing gaze. Striated caracaras are among the most intelligent of all birds, rivaling crows and parrots in problem-solving and curiosity. Adults fiercely guard the bustling seabird colonies that dot the island's cliffs and shores. Here they secure food for their families, preying on eggs, chicks, and even scavenging carrion left by the sea. But not all caracaras enjoy these rich pickings. Young birds, once fledged, are exiled from the prime coastal territories and forced to survive on the bleak, windswept moorlands, an environment where food is scarce and the weather unforgiving. In these harsh conditions, juvenile caracaras form tight-knit gangs. These groups are not just for company. They are a survival strategy, allowing the young birds to pool their intelligence and resources. Communication is key. Using a complex array of calls, gestures, and even coordinated movements, these birds plan and execute daring raids on guarded nests, overwhelming adult defenders with sheer numbers and cunning. While one distracts a vigilant adult, another slips in to snatch an egg or chick. This level of cooperation is rare among raptors and highlights their remarkable social intelligence. Their teamwork extends beyond hunting. Juvenile caracaras have been observed solving puzzles, opening containers, and even using tools to access food, behaviours almost unheard of in other birds of prey. By working together, these rebellious youngsters can even drive off larger, more experienced adults, turning the tables in a dramatic display of youthful ingenuity. The Striated Caracaras adaptations are finely tuned for life in the Falklands. Their strong talons and hooked beaks are perfect for tearing into tough prey, while their low, bounding flight allows them to navigate the island's fierce winds. Adaptability is their greatest asset. These birds are opportunists, feeding on everything from insects and shellfish to the remains of marine mammals. Their ability to exploit new food sources has helped them survive in one of the world's most challenging environments. Lesser known is their playful side. Striated caracaras have been seen rolling objects, playing with feathers, and even stealing items from researchers, behaviours that suggest a high level of curiosity and intelligence. The story of the Striated Caracara is a testament to the power of unity, adaptability and intelligence, a bird whose secret life reveals the astonishing complexity of the avian world. Deep within the lush forests of the Americas, a remarkable family of birds thrives, hummingbirds, nature's aerial acrobats. Living at a breathtaking pace, hummingbirds possess the fastest metabolism of any bird, their hearts racing at up to 1,200 beats per minute. To fuel this energy, they must feed every 10 to 15 minutes, consuming up to twice their body weight in nectar each day. Their specialized, extendable tongues lap up sweet liquid from deep within flowers, while they also hunt tiny insects for protein. Fierce competition is the norm. The green-violet ear, for example, aggressively defends its territory, engaging in high-speed aerial dogfights to protect its food sources from rivals. Others, like the booted racquet-tail, rely on astonishing agility and speed, darting between blossoms and outmanoeuvring competitors with split-second precision. The tiny purple-throated woodstar employs mimicry, vibrating its wings to imitate the buzz of a bee, deterring larger birds from approaching its chosen flowers. The sword-billed hummingbird, with a beak longer than its body, is uniquely adapted to feed from deep, tubular flowers that other birds cannot reach, playing a vital role in pollinating these specialized plants. Each species has evolved a unique strategy: brute force, agility, trickery, or specialized tools, shaped by millions of years of coevolution with the plants they pollinate. Their daily battles are miniature epics, with high-speed chases and dazzling displays, all driven by the relentless need for energy. Hummingbirds are not just competitors, they are crucial pollinators, transferring pollen from flower to flower, ensuring the survival of countless plant species and supporting entire ecosystems. Their iridescent feathers, which refract sunlight into brilliant colours, make them living jewels, each a marvel of adaptation and beauty. With the unique ability to hover, fly backward and even upside down, hummingbirds are unmatched in the avian world for their flight mechanics, powered by powerful chest muscles and a ball and socket shoulder joint that allows full wing rotation. Among the flowers, nature's ingenuity is on full display. Hummingbirds are not only survivors, but also vital architects of biodiversity, their lives a constant race for survival and a testament to the wonders of evolution. Attracting a mate is a high-stakes affair in the avian world, one that has driven some birds to become true artists, architects, and even master illusionists. Among the most fascinating examples are the bowerbirds of Australia and the peacocks of India, whose elaborate courtship rituals are the result of millions of years of evolutionary refinement. The male satin bowerbird, for instance, constructs a bower, a structure made from twigs and grasses meticulously arranged on the forest floor. But the bower itself is only the beginning. He decorates it with an array of blue objects, berries, flowers, feathers, and even man-made items like bottle caps or plastic, all carefully selected for their colour and shine. This obsession with blue is thought to be a signal of the male's resourcefulness and ability to gather rare items, traits that females find irresistible. Young male bowerbirds, not yet ready to compete, often disguise themselves as females to avoid aggression from adults. They sneak into bowers to steal prized decorations, learning the art of arrangement and the subtleties of courtship display. These juveniles practice their dance moves and vocalizations, honing their skills for the day when they will build their own bowers and compete for mates. In contrast, the Indian peacock relies on sheer spectacle. The male's tail or train is a dazzling array of iridescent feathers, each adorned with eye-like patterns called ocelli. During courtship, he fans out his tail, creating a shimmering wall of colour, and vibrates his feathers to produce a rustling sound that catches the attention of nearby peahens. This display is not just visual, it's also auditory, and the combination is designed to overwhelm the senses of potential mates. The performance culminates in a loud, triumphant hoot, signalling his vigour and dominance. Interestingly, less successful males sometimes mimic this victory call, hoping to deceive females into believing they have already been chosen by a mate, a clever trick in the competitive world of peafowl courtship. Both bowerbirds and peacocks exemplify how sexual selection can drive the evolution of extraordinary behaviours and physical traits. For bowerbirds, creativity and the ability to manipulate the environment are key. For peacocks, it's the development of extravagant plumage and the stamina to perform demanding displays. These displays are more than mere spectacle. They are rigorous tests of skill, intelligence, and sometimes audacity. Females scrutinize every detail: the symmetry of the bower, the vibrancy of the decorations, the precision of the dance, and the quality of the calls. Only the most impressive males succeed in passing these tests. The intense competition for mates has led to an evolutionary arms race, where each generation of males must outdo the last in creativity, endurance, and showmanship. This relentless pressure has produced some of the most elaborate and innovative courtship behaviours in the animal kingdom. In both species, these rituals serve as honest signals of genetic fitness. Building a perfect bower or maintaining a massive, colourful tail requires energy, intelligence, and good health, qualities that females seek to pass on to their offspring. The courtship rituals of bowerbirds and peacocks are a blend of art, performance, and evolutionary strategy, each display a testament to the power of sexual selection in shaping the natural world. In the world of birds, love rewards not just the beautiful, but the bold, the clever, and the innovative. Sometimes a little dishonesty or trickery can tip the scales, proving that in the evolutionary game of romance, there are many ways to win. In the frozen wilderness of Antarctica, Adelie penguins gather in vast colonies, sometimes numbering in the hundreds of thousands, to begin their remarkable breeding season during the fleeting Antarctic summer. These colonies are bustling hubs of activity where every penguin has a role to play in the survival of the next generation. The life cycle of an Adelie penguin begins with the laying of 2 eggs, carefully incubated by both parents who take turns braving the harsh elements. When the chicks hatch, they are covered in a soft grey down, providing warmth but leaving them vulnerable to the wet and cold, as this down is not waterproof. In the dense colony, each parent must locate their own chick among thousands. This is achieved through a sophisticated system of vocal recognition. Each chick and parent has a unique call, allowing them to reunite and ensure the chick receives its much-needed meal of regurgitated fish, krill or squid. The cacophony of calls is not just noise, it is a lifeline. This vocal bond is essential for survival, as it prevents chicks from starving or being accidentally fed by the wrong adult. Adult penguins embark on long, perilous journeys across the ice and into the frigid southern ocean to hunt. They are expert swimmers, using their flipper-like wings to propel themselves underwater in pursuit of fish and krill. Remarkably, parents can pause their own digestion, storing food in their stomachs for days, so they can return and feed their hungry chicks with fresh, nutrient-rich meals. In lean years, when food is scarce, parents may make their chicks chase them before feeding. This behavior tests the chick's strength and stamina, ensuring that only the fittest survive in the harsh Antarctic environment. The challenges are relentless. Penguins must endure blizzards, sub-zero temperatures and fierce winds. Predators such as skuas and giant petrels threaten eggs and chicks, while leopard seals and orcas lurk in the icy waters, preying on adults. Parental dedication is unwavering. Adults shield their chicks from the cold by brooding them on their feet and covering them with a warm fold of skin called a brood pouch. This close contact is vital for the chick's survival during the first vulnerable weeks of life. Social structure and teamwork are at the heart of penguin survival. Penguins huddle together in large groups to conserve heat, taking turns on the outer edges where the cold is most severe. They also cooperate to defend nests from predators and to share information about food sources. The noisy, bustling colony is a testament to the power of community and parental care. Every call, every huddle, every journey for food is a coordinated effort to ensure the next generation survives. Even in the coldest, most unforgiving places on Earth, the Adelie penguin's resilience, social bonds and extraordinary adaptations prove that life against all odds finds a way. For seabirds like the gannet, the open ocean is a vast blue desert, a place where survival depends not just on individual skill, but on the power of the group. In these immense waters, gannets and other seabirds rely on sophisticated flock dynamics. They often follow the movements of other predators, like dolphins and whales, using their presence as a signal that food is near. This behavior is a form of social information transfer, where one species cues in on the actions of another to locate resources. Scientists, using tiny cameras and GPS trackers, have revealed that gannets are constantly scanning the horizon, not just for prey, but for the subtle cues of leadership within their own flocks. In the air, certain individuals take on the role of leaders, guiding the direction and speed of the group. These leaders are often the most experienced or the first to spot a potential meal. When dolphins herd fish to the surface, the first gannets to notice will dive in, triggering a chain reaction. Others quickly follow, trusting the judgment of the initial divers. This rapid, coordinated response is a hallmark of flock decision-making, where consensus is reached in seconds through visual and behavioral cues. Such alliances save time and energy and highlight the benefits of collective intelligence. By observing both their own kind and other species, gannets maximize their chances of success. Gannets also demonstrate remarkable adaptability by following fishing boats. Here, too, leadership emerges. One bird may spot a trawler first, and others will quickly join, forming a temporary flock united by opportunity. The sound of a trawler's engine acts as a dinner bell, and the flock's response is almost instantaneous. Birds communicate through calls and body language, signalling to others that a feast awaits. This ability to exploit new opportunities is rooted in the gannet's social structure. Flock dynamics are fluid. Leadership can shift depending on who has the best information, and group decisions are made through a process called quorum sensing, where a critical number of birds must agree before the flock changes direction or behaviour. Competition is fierce, and aggressive displays are common as gannets jostle for the best positions. Yet this rivalry is balanced by cooperation, as the group's cohesion is essential for survival in a changing world. Beyond feeding, leadership and group decision-making are vital during migration. Gannets travel thousands of kilometres in synchronized flocks, navigating by the stars, the sun, and the Earth's magnetic field. Experienced birds often lead the way, with younger individuals learning the routes by following. Intelligence and adaptability are their greatest assets. By following leaders, whether animal, human, or one of their own, they turn challenge into opportunity and uncertainty into survival. In the vast ocean, it is the clever, the observant, and the united who endure. For gannets, leadership and flock dynamics are not just strategies, they are the keys to life itself. Every year, billions of birds embark on some of the most extraordinary journeys in the animal kingdom. These migrations can span thousands, even tens of thousands of kilometres, crossing continents, vast oceans, and formidable mountain ranges. Some species, like the Arctic tern, travel from the Arctic to the Antarctic and back again, experiencing 2 summers each year and covering up to 70,000 kilometres annually. Others, such as the bar-tailed godwit, perform non-stop flights of over 11,000 kilometres, relying on fat reserves and precise navigation to survive the journey. The Antipodean albatross is a master of the open ocean, soaring for thousands of kilometres on wind currents with barely a wing beat. Yet these magnificent travellers face grave dangers. Long-line fishing vessels, which set out lines stretching for kilometres baited with thousands of hooks, pose a lethal threat. Albatrosses and other seabirds are drawn to the bait, only to become ensnared and drown, a tragedy known as bycatch. This accidental bycatch has devastated populations of albatrosses and other seabirds. For some species, mortality rates are so high that their numbers have plummeted, turning their greatest asset, the ability to travel vast distances, into a deadly vulnerability. On land, the threats are no less severe. In Bahrain, Socotra cormorants gather in large colonies along the coast, but their habitats are increasingly choked with plastic waste and discarded fishing nets. These hazards can entangle birds, restrict their movement, and even cause fatal injuries. For chicks, the dangers are especially insidious. Young birds, curious and inexperienced, often play with or ingest plastic debris, mistaking it for food. This can lead to starvation, poisoning, or entrapment, cutting short lives before they have even begun their first migration. Food scarcity is another relentless challenge. In crowded colonies, when resources run low, competition becomes fierce. Juvenile birds may fight for every scrap, and in desperate times even turn on their siblings in a struggle for survival. The journey itself is fraught with peril. Birds must navigate unpredictable weather. Unseasonal storms, torrential rains, and powerful winds can blow them off course, exhaust their energy reserves, or force emergency landings in unfamiliar and dangerous places. Increasingly, birds must also contend with human-altered landscapes. Urban sprawl, light pollution and busy roads disrupt ancient migratory routes, while air and water pollution add new layers of risk. Some birds are forced to navigate city skylines, dodging buildings and vehicles, while others must find food and shelter in habitats transformed by human activity. Despite these immense challenges, migratory birds persist. Their journeys are feats of endurance, navigation and resilience, pushing the limits of what is possible in the natural world. Yet the obstacles they face are greater than ever before, and many arrive at their destinations exhausted, depleted, or not at all. The dangers are mounting, from climate change and habitat loss to pollution and direct human threats. Each year the gauntlet grows more treacherous, and the survival of these remarkable travellers hangs in the balance. Their epic migrations are a testament to nature's wonders and a stark reminder of the urgent need to protect them. Despite mounting threats from habitat loss, climate change and pollution, hope endures for countless bird species across the globe. Human interaction with birds has shaped both our cultures and the fate of avian populations, sometimes for the worse, but increasingly for the better. Around the world, people from all walks of life are stepping up to help. From urban bird watchers to rural communities, conservation efforts are as diverse as the birds themselves. Citizen science projects like the annual Great Backyard Bird Count have empowered millions to monitor bird populations and contribute valuable data for research. In the Southern Ocean, a remarkable partnership between fishermen and conservationists has transformed the fate of the endangered albatross. By adopting simple yet effective measures, such as setting lines at night, attaching colourful streamers called Tory lines to deter birds, and using fast-sinking bait, bycatch rates have plummeted. In some fisheries, these changes have reduced albatross deaths by over 99%. Turning a dire crisis into a global conservation success story. These collaborative efforts have become a model for international cooperation, inspiring similar initiatives in other regions and for other species threatened by fishing practices. On land, community-driven conservation is making a difference for some of the world's rarest birds. In New Caledonia, local people have joined forces with scientists to protect the cargoo, a flightless bird found nowhere else. By establishing reserves, controlling invasive predators and involving indigenous knowledge, the cargoo's population has slowly begun to recover, though challenges remain, including ongoing habitat loss and the threat of new predators. Plastic pollution and discarded fishing gear continue to threaten seabirds worldwide. Beach cleanups, rescue operations and public education campaigns have saved thousands of birds from deadly entanglement. Yet the sheer scale of marine debris remains a daunting challenge, requiring both local action and global policy changes. Every action, big or small, contributes to the survival of birds. Planting native trees, restoring wetlands, and even providing food and water in urban areas can create vital refuges for migratory and resident species alike. Protecting birds means safeguarding entire ecosystems. Wetland restoration projects, such as those in the Mississippi Flyway and the Danube Delta, have not only brought back bird populations but also improved water quality, reduced flooding, and supported local economies. Advances in science and technology have given us powerful tools to help birds. Satellite tracking, genetic studies, and international data sharing have deepened our understanding of migration, threats, and solutions. Yet, translating knowledge into action remains a constant challenge. Whether it's a fisherman changing methods, a volunteer cleaning a beach, or a community leader advocating for policy change, every effort counts. Success stories abound, but so do ongoing struggles, especially in regions facing poverty, conflict, or rapid development. The survival of birds is intimately tied to our choices, values, and willingness to act. Each moment of care, each decision to protect ripples outward, shaping the future for birds and for ourselves. Together, through science, community and compassion, we can ensure a future for these remarkable creatures and for the vibrant, interconnected world we share. The world of birds is a tapestry woven with intelligence, endurance and devotion, qualities that have allowed them to thrive for millions of years. Yet, as we look to the future, the fate of birds and humans is more intertwined than ever before. We've witnessed caracaras forming complex social groups, hummingbirds fiercely defending their territory, and penguins enduring the harshest climates on Earth. These stories reveal not only their adaptability, but also the challenges they face in a rapidly changing world. Birds now share our cities, countryside and skies. Urbanization, agriculture and climate change are reshaping their habitats, and their future depends on how we choose to coexist. Their struggles, declining populations, habitat loss and exposure to pollution are early warnings about the health of our planet. If birds disappear, entire ecosystems unravel, affecting food webs, pollination and even our own well-being. The future holds both peril and promise. On one hand, unchecked habitat destruction and climate change could lead to mass extinctions. On the other, innovative conservation strategies like restoring native habitats, creating wildlife corridors and reducing pesticide use offer hope for recovery. Small actions matter. By planting native flowers, providing safe nesting spaces and reducing window collisions, individuals can make a tangible difference. Citizen science projects where people monitor bird populations help researchers track changes and guide conservation efforts. Communities and governments play a crucial role too. Protecting wetlands, forests and migratory routes, enforcing anti-poaching laws and supporting sustainable agriculture are essential strategies for ensuring bird survival. Birds enrich our world with their songs and migrations, connecting continents and cultures. Their presence is a reminder of nature's resilience and beauty. By safeguarding their habitats, we not only preserve biodiversity but also secure clean air, water and a stable climate for future generations, human and avian alike. The future we choose will determine whether the skies remain filled with birds, a symbol of freedom, hope, and the enduring power of nature, or fall silent. In the end, their story is inseparable from our own. By embracing coexistence and stewardship, we ensure that both birds and humans can flourish, together in a shared future. As darkness falls, and most birds quiet their songs, another world awakens. In the silent hours of the night, owls emerge as the unseen rulers of the skies. Their haunting calls echo through forests and fields, signalling the start of their nightly hunt. Owls are masters of adaptation. Their large, forward-facing eyes are built for night vision, gathering even the faintest light to reveal hidden prey. Specialized feathers muffle the sound of their flight, allowing them to glide in total silence. Every detail from their asymmetrical ears that pinpoint the slightest rustle to their swiveling heads that scan the shadows is fine-tuned for life after sunset. With patience and precision, owls hunt rodents, insects, and even other birds, keeping populations in balance and playing a vital role in healthy ecosystems. Their presence is often a sign of environmental well-being as they depend on clean habitats and abundant prey. Yet, even these nocturnal hunters face growing challenges. Light pollution disrupts their hunting grounds, habitat loss reduces nesting sites, but by protecting woodlands, reducing nighttime glare and preserving open spaces, we give owls, and the web of life they support, a fighting chance. The next time you hear an owl's call in the darkness, remember the night is alive with secret dramas and silent guardians. Owls remind us that even in the quietest hours, nature's wonders never truly sleep. As dawn approaches and the shadows retreat, another group of birds steps into the spotlight, creatures whose intelligence rivals that of primates, crows and ravens. These members of the corvid family are not only survivors, but innovators, displaying a remarkable ability to solve problems and adapt to ever-changing environments. In city parks and remote forests alike, crows and ravens have been observed crafting and using tools. A twig becomes a hook to fish out hidden insects. A piece of wire is bent to retrieve a tasty morsel from a narrow tube. These birds can plan several steps ahead, remembering solutions and even teaching them to their young. But their brilliance goes beyond tools. Crows recognize individual human faces, remembering both kindness and threats for years. They work together to mob predators and share information about food sources with their flock. In some places, urban crows have learned to drop nuts onto busy roads, waiting for cars to crack them open before swooping in for the feast. Social bonds are at the heart of corvid society. Family groups cooperate in raising young, and playful games fill their days. Tumbling mid-air, sliding down snowy rooftops, or exchanging shiny trinkets. Their complex vocalizations and gestures hint at a rich inner world, one we are only beginning to understand. The intelligence of crows and ravens reminds us that the line between instinct and thought is not as clear as we once believed. These birds challenge us to look deeper, to appreciate the brilliance fluttering just above our heads, and to recognize that the wonders of the avian world are as much about mind as they are about flight. As the northern summer fades and icy winds return, one of the world's greatest travellers takes to the skies, the Arctic tern. These slender, graceful birds embark on a journey that is nothing short of astonishing. An annual migration from the Arctic Circle to the Antarctic and back again, tracing a looping path that spans nearly 44,000 miles. No other animal on Earth travels farther in a single year. But how do Arctic terns achieve this epic feat? Guided by instincts honed over millennia, terns read the subtle cues of the sun, stars, and Earth's magnetic field. Scientists believe these avian navigators use a built-in compass, detecting magnetic signals to chart courses across vast, featureless oceans. Along the way, Arctic terns ride the wind, soaring above crashing waves and through swirling storms. They rest on floating ice or distant islands, always pressing onward, fueled by an unyielding drive. Their migration means the Arctic tern experiences more daylight than any other creature, chasing endless summer as they circle the globe. Generation after generation, their journeys remain a marvel of endurance and precision, a living testament to the mysteries of instinct and adaptation. In following the path of the Arctic tern, we are reminded that migration is not just a journey, but a story written across continents and oceans, connecting distant worlds and inspiring wonder in all who witness it. In the heart of the savannah, among swaying grasses and scattered trees, a remarkable sight catches the eye. A tapestry of nests suspended from branches, woven with stunning precision. These are the homes of weaver birds, nature's master architects. Unlike any other avian builders, weaver birds use their beaks as nimble tools, meticulously threading and knotting blades of grass, reeds and twigs. The result is an intricate, hanging structure, sometimes shaped like a bulb, sometimes a long tunnel, designed to shield their eggs and chicks from predators and the elements. Each species has its own architectural style, passed down through generations, with some nests boasting entrance tunnels that deter snakes and other threats. But weaver birds are not just skilled craftsmen, they are also social creatures. Many species build their nests side by side, creating bustling colonies that can number in the hundreds. These communities hum with activity, as birds dart back and forth, weaving, tending to their young, and communicating in a chorus of chirps and calls. The communal life of weaver birds offers safety in numbers as watchful neighbours raise the alarm at the first sign of danger. The dense clusters of nests become not only a fortress, but a vibrant hub for sharing resources and information. Through their ingenuity and cooperation, weaver birds remind us that survival is often a matter of both skill and solidarity. Their woven homes, swinging gently in the breeze, are a testament to the creativity and resilience found in the natural world, a living art form crafted anew each season. Hidden in plain sight, some of the world's most remarkable birds have turned deception into an art form. Among them, the potu reigns supreme. By day, this nocturnal hunter perches motionless on tree stumps, its mottled feathers blending seamlessly with bark and lichen. To the untrained eye, the potu simply vanishes, an uncanny illusion that keeps it safe from predators. When danger approaches, it freezes, elongating its body and closing its eyes to narrow slits, becoming indistinguishable from a broken branch. But camouflage isn't the only trick in the avian playbook. In the forests of Australia, the lyrebird takes mimicry to dazzling new heights, with a repertoire that includes the songs of dozens of other birds, as well as the sounds of its environment, chainsaws, camera shutters, even car alarms. The lyrebird weaves these imitations into elaborate courtship displays. A male lyrebird fans his ornate tail, dancing and singing a symphony of borrowed sounds to attract a mate. The more convincing and diverse his mimicry, the greater his chances of winning her favour. These masters of disguise show us that survival and success often depend on the ability to trick both predator and partner. Whether vanishing into the landscape or dazzling with borrowed voices, birds like the potu and lyrebird reveal the ingenuity of evolution. Their stories remind us that in nature, sometimes the greatest power lies in the art of illusion. As dawn breaks over lush forests and vibrant meadows, a quiet partnership unfolds, one that sustains entire ecosystems. Birds, often celebrated for their beauty and song, also serve as nature's gardeners. Their daily routines of feeding and flight play a vital role in pollination and seed dispersal, ensuring the renewal of plant life across the globe. In the sun-drenched landscapes of Africa and Asia, sunbirds hover and flit between blossoms, their iridescent feathers catching the light. Like hummingbirds, these agile creatures feed on nectar, their slender beaks perfectly adapted to reach deep within flowers. As they drink, pollen dusts their faces and feathers, hitching a ride to the next bloom and fertilizing plants in the process. Without these winged pollinators, many wildflowers and crops would fail to set fruit. Deeper in the tropical forests, hornbills take on a different mission. With powerful beaks, they feast on fruits and berries, swallowing seeds whole. As hornbills travel vast distances, they scatter seeds through their droppings, planting the next generation of trees far from the parent plant. In this way, hornbills help regenerate forests, maintaining the balance of entire ecosystems. From the tiny sunbird to the majestic hornbill, birds are more than just visitors to the garden. They are its architects and caretakers. Their journeys link the fates of plants and animals alike, weaving a tapestry of life that stretches from flower to forest. In celebrating birds, we honour the unseen work that keeps our world in bloom, season after season. As sunlight filters through the canopy, the air comes alive with a dazzling symphony, each note a message, each song a story. Birds are not only masters of flight, but also virtuosos of sound. Their voices, woven into dawn choruses and twilight calls, serve as powerful tools for survival and connection. Across fields, forests and cities, male songbirds announce their presence with complex melodies. These songs, crafted with care and sometimes passed down through generations, stake out territory, declaring, "This space is mine." Rivals listen and respond, their calls shaping invisible boundaries in the landscape. But song is more than a warning. During the breeding season, it becomes a courtship display. From the haunting flute notes of the wood thrush to the intricate mimicry of the lyrebird, each tune is an invitation, a serenade to attract a mate. Females listen for strength, creativity and endurance, choosing partners whose songs promise strong offspring. Yet not all bird voices are melodic. Some are sharp alarm calls, piercing the quiet to warn of lurking predators. A single urgent note can send an entire flock into flight or alert hidden chicks to freeze in place. Through these calls, birds communicate danger, safety, and even food discoveries. From the rainforest's cacophony to the solitary song of a lark at dawn, birds use sound to survive, thrive, and connect. In their voices we hear the heartbeat of the wild, a language that transcends words, echoing across the skies and through the ages. As the earth warms and weather patterns shift, the world birds have always known is changing before their eyes and wings. Climate change is rewriting the rules of survival for countless species, altering habitats, food availability, and the delicate timing of migration. In once familiar breeding grounds, rising temperatures can mean fewer insects for chicks or flowers blooming too early for nectar-loving hummingbirds. Wetlands dry up, forests recede. Some birds, like the Arctic tern, now face longer, more perilous migrations as ice melts and feeding spots vanish. Others, such as mountain-dwelling species, are pushed ever higher, searching for cooler air, sometimes running out of mountain before they run out of need. Migration calendars, finely tuned over millennia, are thrown into confusion. Birds arrive too early or too late, missing the peak abundance of food that ensures their survival. Entire flocks may veer off course, searching for habitats that no longer exist. But amid these challenges, birds show remarkable resilience. Some adapt, shifting their ranges northward or altering their diets. Others, however, struggle to keep pace with such rapid change, their populations dwindling as old strategies fail. For scientists and conservationists, the songs and silences of birds are early warnings, nature's alarm bells calling us to action. Each lost voice is a reminder of the intricate balance that sustains us all, and the urgent need to protect the habitats and climate birds depend upon. In the shifting skies above us, the story of birds and climate change unfolds, a testament to both the fragility and the enduring spirit of life on Earth. Across the globe, a select few birds teeter on the edge of existence, rare and endangered species whose every feather is a testament to survival against the odds. From the resplendent kakapo of New Zealand, a flightless nocturnal parrot with a booming call that once echoed through ancient forests, to the majestic California condor, soaring on wings that span nearly 10 feet, these birds are living treasures, each with their own remarkable story. Some, like the spoon-billed sandpiper, are tiny wanderers with spatula-shaped bills, journeying thousands of miles from Arctic Russia to Southeast Asia, their populations dwindling due to vanishing wetlands. Others, such as the Philippine eagle, known as the monkey-eating eagle, reign over rainforest canopies but face relentless threats from deforestation and hunting. The uniqueness of these birds is not just in their appearance or behavior, but in the role they play within their ecosystems. The barley myna, with its snow-white plumage and striking blue mask, is a symbol of hope and resilience, its survival hinging on the dedication of conservationists and local communities. Each endangered bird is a living link to ancient lineages, carrying irreplaceable genetic and cultural heritage. Around the world, passionate individuals and organizations are racing against time, protecting nests, restoring habitats, and breeding birds in captivity for release back into the wild. In Hawaii, conservationists scale treacherous cliffs to save the last Hawaiian crows, while in Madagascar, local villagers help monitor the elusive Madagascar pochard, once thought extinct. Every success is a victory not just for a species, but for the web of life that connects us all. Yet the battle is far from over. The fate of these rare birds depends on our collective will to act, through science, policy, and the simple act of caring. By protecting the most vulnerable, we safeguard the future for all birds and for ourselves. In the quiet forests, over sweeping grasslands, and along remote coastlines, the rarest birds remind us. Hope is alive as long as their wings still beat against the wind. Throughout history, birds have soared not only across skies but through the stories, dreams and beliefs of humanity. In every culture, their feathers carry meanings that transcend the ordinary. Symbols of freedom, messengers of the gods, omens of fate, and companions on our journey through life. In ancient Egypt, the ibis was sacred, linked to Thoth, the god of wisdom, while the falcon-headed Horus watched over pharaohs as a symbol of power and protection. Across the Pacific, the Maori revered the now-lost huia, its feathers treasured as marks of high rank and spiritual significance. In Native American traditions, the eagle's flight bridges the earth and the heavens, carrying prayers skyward and embodying strength, courage and vision. Myths and legends are woven with wings. The Greek phoenix, reborn from ashes, became a universal emblem of renewal and hope. Ravens and crows, clever and mysterious, appear as tricksters or wise guides from Norse sagas to indigenous tales across continents. In Japan, cranes are folded into 1,000 origami wishes for peace and longevity, while in India, peacocks symbolize beauty, love, and the monsoon's promise. But birds are not just figures of myth. Over millennia, humans have forged practical relationships with them, domesticating chickens for food, pigeons for messages, and falcons for hunting. Canaries once protected miners from invisible dangers, their silence a warning in the dark. Even today, parrots, finches and songbirds bring colour and song into our homes, blurring the line between wild and companion. Through art, poetry and ritual, birds continue to inspire us, reminding us of what we cherish, fear and hope for. They connect the mundane and the mystical, the past and the present, the earth and the sky. In every flutter, call and migration, birds reflect the diversity of human imagination and the deep enduring bond between our species and theirs. As we look to the skies, we see not just wings but a mirror of ourselves, a living testament to the stories we tell and the values we hold dear. Long before the first myths took flight, the story of birds began deep in the ancient past. Over 150 million years ago, in a world ruled by dinosaurs, the earliest ancestors of birds were taking their first steps, on the ground and then into the air. Fossils like Archaeopteryx reveal a fascinating blend teeth and claws like a dinosaur, but with the unmistakable outline of feathers and wings. Feathers didn't start as tools for flight. They likely evolved for warmth, display and camouflage, tiny filaments that grew more complex over time. But as these early creatures experimented with gliding and leaping, evolution shaped feathers into the perfect structures for soaring. Wings developed from simple forelimbs, bones hollowed out to lighten the load, and muscles strengthened to power the beat of flight. Through countless generations and shifting landscapes, some dinosaurs became smaller, lighter and more agile. They leapt from branches, glided and eventually mastered true flight. Over millions of years, the diversity of birds exploded, each adaptation a response to new challenges and opportunities. Some soared over oceans, others darted through forests, while a few, like the penguin, traded wings for flippers and took to the sea. Today, every bird carries echoes of this incredible evolutionary journey. Their feathers, wings, and hollow bones are living testaments to the power of adaptation and survival. In each flight, we glimpse a story that began with ancient giants and continues to unfold above our heads. A story of transformation, resilience, and the enduring dream of flight.